Yo, what up? Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the second map of this one, of course. It's been a long series so far, all 30 on that first. Goes the way of Heat. They start off on the CT side here, so we'll see what they have got in store. A couple sets of Julies, apparently, is what they've got in store, and a B stack ready to go. In comes the smoke. Flashes over the top here for the T side. The Julie's very ready, but not quite able to find the frags. There's the counter flash, though, for Exercise and Jocko. Oh, my goodness. Absolute bloodbath through Monster. It's just the man that was throwing those flashes. And he's got 4 to 5. They're being absolutely demolished. Jocko just keeps on going. This guy, I say it a lot. He's usually on the deagle, but he's a pretty damn good pistol player, and we see it in full flow there.
He's damn good at it. You're damn right. What a round from him. 3 kills to his name. They make it look easy from what was an ecstatic finish from them in map number 1. Granted, just for those who are joining us here from map number 2, haven't really caught up on the action. In the first half, first map, may I say, Heat's map pick, it was nuke. They were 11-4 down off the back of the first half. K23 were putting it to them, and they turned it back around to take the map 16-14. It was a brilliant finish from them. But for K23, it was pretty dismal. And the start for Heat, once again, being pretty damn good, because for K23, they are left on just pistols heading into round number 2, where for Heat, that buy, lovely.
Yeah, very ready for the early rifle round, I think, with a buy like this. Bit of money to be made. And building up some confidence in the early rounds. But so far, so good. So K23 probably just going to, use things as a chance to talk over their first rifle, but not really expecting anything. P250 acquired. Here we go, Killmatic. P250 God, maybe? They don't even want to fight him, so they are pretty scared of him. They are pretty scared.
Bit of a raid boss. Can he find anything? Just going to fall off the back of it. But yeah, I think you're spot on, right? For K23, this is kind of... It's like attack pause without actually calling attack pause, just take things slow, try and find something if you can. If you can find a bit of damage, that's a positive. If you got a bomb plot, another positive. But pretty improbable. One of the spots out with the left-hand side. They're going to find a kill, X5, at least making it a little bit expensive. But from behind, Body will clean things up. Second on the board. In the grand scheme, not really too problematic. Yeah. Just 1 casualty for Heat, so not really too much of an issue. But now we see the real test, and kind of what K23 can bring to the table in terms of their T side. And Overpass notoriously is tough on the T side, right? Especially when you don't have momentum in your favor. It's very difficult to start kind of clambering back rounds in your favor, getting those kind of cogs going in the wheel, right? And I think that's one thing that needs to be careful of, not allowing this one to slip too far away from them. I think statistically, it's the 4th most CT-sided map. Surprisingly to me, actually, Mirage is the 3rd most CT-sided map in the pool, which is something that I didn't really expect. It goes Ancient at the top. Don't think that's too surprising. Nuke coming in second, Mirage, and then Overpass, as of right now. But this major might change things.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we kind of have that. At the top level especially, I think T-sides are becoming a bit more prominent.
Yes, yeah.
But here... when you are just kind of playing a lot of individual-based Counter-Strike, especially these 2 teams, and you can see already free and easy 2 openers for Heat as they're just, getting aggressive, but at the same time, kind of catching K23 in a really wide default. A lot of isolated players, I think, is a big issue in this round at the very least, and, it might continue to be one, but Heat are laying down the law in these early rounds. Domination so far. Yeah, and should be another one for them pretty easily here.
For now, tempo slowed. Flash will come through. Ecstasy's going to find one. I don't see things out. It's a flawless round, in fact, which is all the more important. It was the first full test for K23. What do we see from this side on their T side on a map which is notoriously very difficult to get things started with? And it's made even worse. Not exactly a dream for K23 as they're forced back onto pistols, back to the drawing board, and back to square one for Heat. 3-0 flawless start and barely taking any casualties across the board. There's been 2 deaths across all 5 in the opening 3 rounds. Very little to complain about for Heat thus far. They are swimming right now.
Absolutely. Looking for a little bit more as well. The Molly's not quite cut the players off completely, so do need to be a bit careful here. Afro kind of cheeky on the Julies. A little bit of a bait and switch with his teammate. He will come away with 2, but they should, they're going to lose a couple players here, so decent enough damage. And of course, an A1S picked up, so potential for a little bit more. Yeah, definitely the aggression being punished in this round. K23, again, it's very simple, but just playing a bit more together means that they can, you know, punish said aggression. I love this move from X5 as well.
So far, X5 is the only one, a lot kind of relying on his shoulders now with M4 when collected. Half armor forehand sported by a Deagle of Clack. It's not exactly a dreamboat, but definitely still possibilities to work with. Bomb in hand for X5. You're going to shift walk his way out towards Banana. Hang on a second. He might get him in the back lines. The Deagle as well could find a little bit of space too. This could get problematic. One's been spotted and one's been dropped. And another two. How is this crumbled for Heat?
Wow, that's some really good mid-round. I think maybe one of the best mid-rounded rounds that we've seen in the series, to be honest with you. There's a lot of potential for that on Overpass, of course, versus Nuke, I would say, but not all said and done just yet. Jax has not had a lot to do so far. A couple of assists for him. As soon as he comes up to a fight, he will go down. So, yeah, he's stolen around to say the least. That's pretty crazy stuff. K23, not the way we expected them to get their first round.
No, that's probably one way to put it. Off the back of what was a 2 versus 3, and as you mentioned, a really, really good mid-round calling there. The fact that they find that slight gap in between the mid player and the front bathrooms player really makes all the difference for them there. I think for Heat, maybe got a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too overconfident, and they paid the price for it. Now a little bit of shell shock, they need to respond emphatically. And Afro playing anti. All behind, might even be able to catch one crossing as well. Head spotted, and again, takes a pop shot, not going to find too much.
No, nothing coming just yet, but they've definitely shifted up their play, haven't they, on the Heat side of things? A little safer, a little more, let them come to us. Ollie comes in, Jocko trying to move away from it, bit of a pre-fire, what do I do, how do I get out? He smokes off the molly, and he will indeed run away. Thankfully, there's no one up above to take him down. Contact Talk, meanwhile. Be devastating. Gets one. Flash comes in. There's the trade from Body. Really solid stuff from the CT side. Just get ahead of the action on that timing there, and it is absolutely massive. Jocko has spotted them at short. So looking pretty good here. 4v3 and some good information right now for the CT side.
Oh, makes a cease. Doubling back. Hang on a second. This could be problematic. Oh, it doesn't matter. Reactionary shot there. Jocko has to double down now.
Okay, it's not him, but it's Jax. At the very least, they'd set up for that play. Good coordinated push coming in from the CT side. Really, really solid sort of set rounds from them. Set little ideas. Communication must be really on point at this time. Clacks. For one. It's not totally out of the question, is it, to be fair? He's got to know that these remaining 2 players are somewhat nearby. He does have the bomb as well, which is kind of the big thing. Body should catch him and does. Little bit of an awkward fight, but gets it, and Heat are right back on the board there. You know, there is this argument, isn't there, where the half-by rounds, they're played a bit differently, they can be a bit wacky, and maybe, you know, you get overconfident as well. All those things come together, and that's why you can lose to the forces, but when the rifles are out, Heat are looking just on their A-game.
Yeah, that's it. That really is it. I think it was an awkward fight at the end there, but just generally speaking, a very awkward round. It's kind of really positive signs as well to see that Heat can find success and stability in those awkward rounds and those awkward engagements. It shows they just have that slight mental edge, maybe that slight more level up in terms of experience. One spotting towards short, going aggro there. Nade will meet him for Clacks. Thankfully, just going to fall back. Doesn't overextend because that could be super costly.
Does maybe give the B play away, though. Clacks from short, being a nuisance here. Jax in between so many different angles. How's he come away with 2 there? Body from the back of the site still alive. He's only got 1. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Afro's going to go charging in. Hello?
Wait, what?
Surely Killmatic was blind. Bomb still goes down, so the round's still on, but Jocko will find him. Absolute chaos on the B bomb site. He's got to have been blind, bro. Like, there's no way that, you know, he couldn't hear that player or whatever.
I'm sure
unfortunate.
We had the same facial expression there as he's just run his way down the bridge. Like, hang on a second, what is Killmatic doing? I'm gonna hope for his sake he was just full blind there.
Yeah, well,
there was
he
a
better
nice
be.
little, yeah, there was a nice little pop flash kind of bounced out of heaven, but I'm hoping because that was costly, and of course he lost a 1v1 with the MP9, or to the MP9, may I say. So, you know, it had the longer term implications. And speaking of course, it means that Heat now pull 4 rounds ahead. Now we see, though, a full buy coming back out for K23. Orb collective for Killmatic. Can he redeem himself a little bit after what was a slightly questionable play there over towards the B site?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. We'll see whether this one's got normalcy to it. Just when you thought the door spam meta couldn't get any worse, there's more angles to spam from. The Pfizer will be left incredibly low, and, you know, not much that he can really do about that.
Flash will come through. Tempo slowed right down for K23. I think they've understood as well that by that kind of super fast, in-your-face tempo, it doesn't really work. We saw how well Jax fared earlier, right? I mean, the way he was kind of head on a swivel between Short and between Monster, finding himself 2 kills before being traded. Doesn't really work wonders as you'd expect against this sort of caliber of side. Now, for HEET, they're more than happy just to post up on towards the sites, right? Kind of play their numbers and give up the map control towards K23 because they know they're going to struggle to get out on towards the sites themselves.
He's first one to chime in here, looking pretty good. He does just about manage to make it away. The AWP will cover his tracks. And there's still that low HP player in the form of Defizer, so yeah, not looking too good. Raging on the lurk. Being jump spotted for, I think, yeah, he might have just been seen. He's definitely seen the head, so you would assume that that's the case. Double swing comes in. Not really needed as body finds it anyway. I think they're just going to concede this one and save the weaponry that they have, that AWP especially, into the next round.
The temperament from HEET has been great. I'm really impressed with how they're kind of composing themselves, especially once again, as we've kind of alluded to multiple times over towards Nuke, the chaos. It's something which K23 really thrived on to kickstart that 11-4 half on towards Nuke. This time in the chaos, it's the seats out of HEET who are stepping up, and they're really kind of showing up in dividends, especially their experience. These kind of youngs over towards K23, while they're sort of cracked in terms of their aim, their mechanics are brilliant, it's sort of the way in which they're, again, composing themselves, which is struggling. And that's what we're kind of seeing the likes of Defizer and the likes of Killmatic. These two new additions, these youngsters, sort of struggling to keep up to the pace of HEET and really be able to isolate those fights. Credit to HEET. They know exactly what they need to do. They pulled their opponent apart. And they're starting slowly to really set up some confidence in that conversation on a 2-0.
More boosts. And this one, heavily successful. Body will find the kill this time around. They really are just playing an annoying game right now to deal with, and it feels like they have got K23 wrapped around their finger for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, that's all you need. That's all you need. Overpass especially, you get the opener, and it's just so valuable. You can change and edit your setup on that CT side around that fact.
Yeah, some of these, like, I guess you can call them gimmicks, but they aren't even gimmicks. They're tactical. They're composed, but it's working really well. Now, double flash will come through. Ecstasy's caught off guard by it. Doesn't have the support. Doesn't matter. Jax will fall.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a little problematic. Ecstasy's left blind in the mixer here on this one. Needs to come away with a double, and he can't. Jocko, though, from short. Being watched for. How intently? Oh, pretty well. Defizer will take him down, and now it's just Afro on that AWP who'd evened things up a second ago. Few too many angles to clear, perhaps. There are kits dropped. The AWP's really not the gun here. He's hoping someone gives him a peek. It's not going to be the case, but it is a bit of an open angle on that pillar.
Oh, no.
Defizer, he was the one that battled them back into this round. The bomb is planted for him here. Looking to just kind of give the space, to be honest. Afro smoke down, finds the frag as well. That forces him out. So well read from Afro and so well clutched up. K23, their best chance at a rifle round yet in the bin.
That's really unfortunate. And you gotta say that again, there seems to be the kind of the win factor for HEET is the experience. They know how to set themselves up into what seem to be seamlessly unwinnable situations. Once again, Afro stepping up to the plate into home run. What a round from him for K23. This can't run. I mean, this is another round which should have been surefire in their favor, and the smallest of mistakes become so costly. All we had to see there for Defizer is just play the time, play off the back of the bomb plot. Even spamming the smoke would have been a better option, but he swings off the back of a smoke being dropped. He hadn't even tapped the bomb for Afro. Yeah. He was just trying to bait out a fight, and he did. And the youngster, unfortunately, fell right into that bait, hook, line, and sinker.
It's difficult. It is those clutches, man, where you're really tested to the core of your fundamentals, your instincts. Afro in for another. And I mean, this is an absolute lion's den right here. There's 3 players ready to strike off of that first peak. Heat have been working on their overpass. It looks like these CT setups are immaculate. Down to just Defizer again.
You know, we were kind of saying about how Dust 2 is the first pick for both of these two sides, and, you know, both of them are happy to float it to a map number 3. Maybe K23 should have picked Interval as their pick, because they are being pulled apart on what is their map pick in massive quotation marks, but it's all Heat so far. What a performance from them. I know you kind of massively alluded to, they've been working on it, because I think there was a map for me that was, I think for Heat, we'd seen a moment of brilliance on Overpass, but it was still shaky. I never really felt secure when they went on towards an Overpass. And when you look at their stats as well, it wasn't exactly like it was the kind of their best map. In the last 3 months, for example, played 7 times, 57% win rate. Not exactly like it's great. You know, it's four wins, 3 losses. Not exactly a dream. But what I do have to say is that now they have seriously put some good work in, because they are looking like a completely different side. And this CT start has really helped them as well. They've set up the tempo. They dictate the momentum as well. It means the K23, they have no sniff in at all in towards this game. Getting worrying, Scriv. Getting very worrying. K23, 7 rounds behind, and Heat have already guaranteed a lead. And this is only surely going to get worse, because they've only got pistols to work with in towards round number 10.
Pretty terrifying, and we've gotten here quite fast considering how Nuke was a bit slower, as you would expect, and Afro is just having a field day right here. Tag onto Defizer as he spots him there on the ladder. They're just so confident, and it's that sort of walking on water type vibe that you get. That can be really hard to put away. Jocko should have a freebie here as he's heard this player run past him. Whoa, whoa. Okay, a little weird. Nearly gets taken down from behind. He's confident on these fights, though, isn't he? And he's sticking around.
Oh, no.
Oh, yep. Can't get the crosshair placement. So, 1-for-1 there is a little problematic. Yeah, M4 drop. Flax has got armor. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, their one round that they found so far was also a half buy. So, I'm sure flashbacks for Heat coming in here.
Deagle tapping away. Nade will be met with them. Not exactly the damage they were hoping for. The flash might help. Messy spray body. Quite securely just going to fall away, but Exorcise to fall. That changes things. What should have been just a completely comfortable 9th on the board now opens up differently.
The world their oyster on this one. 30 seconds, and they're dropping down towards that B bomb site. It's going to be Jax here. Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough series. Technical issues plaguing him. I don't rightly know if he's the man to solo hold, right? His mission's got to be to buy time, but it's not like they're in position to really rotate down as yet. Nades will start coming in, though. That gives the game away at least a little bit, and Body will be here. Only 8 seconds. He only needs to stop the plan. Yep. And he's done so. All right. I shouldn't have doubted Jax, because it all works out perfectly. And they didn't read him there. They didn't set up there. The bomb plant a little bit rushed. It does come down to a few seconds, but you just send, you know, those 2 players down towards pit, take him out, and then plant. It's all very quick, but it makes all the difference, doesn't it? You know, he wins his fights and he drops the bomb.
It's simple, isn't it? All Jax had to do there was stay alive and just wait for a mistake, wait for an overextension, and, well, wait for K23 not to clear a very common angle in towards water. Gets away with it, 9-1. But I gotta say, that was, at times, a little bit squeaky. I mean, for K23, the way they turned around what looked like a done round already just because of the investment they had coming in towards it. Maybe got closer than he would have expected. X5 will open things up. Flash will come through. Jack's falling. The man who clutched things up now leaves a man advantage for K23. Changes things slightly into his round number 11.
Yeah, he was feeling it. He was feeling it. He wanted to get aggressive through the smoke, asked for a flash. You know, he was like, I'm on it, boys. Let's go. And obviously he's been shut down a bit there. But certainly something to consider in the round that it was, you know, aggression that's unsuccessful from Heat. Maybe not something that they try again into the future. Raging, though, he'll find Jocko, and that's a bit more of a legit frag, let's say. 5v3 as well.
Well, flash will come through. Once again, for K23, when they find success, what I like from them is just slowing things down and making sure they're not overextending towards that a potential gamble stack. And it's what we see from them. Temper is very, very calm from them. Very slow. They still do want to commit towards B, it looks like.
Yeah, the setup over here is not bad. Not ready for a short here, but Afro is also coming down, so they're just committing. I suppose it depends. 25 seconds, they don't really have time to go. B, will this fake nadage give them away? I feel like HEET are just committed. Although, yeah, Afro, at least, you know, he's in between sites. What's going on? Flash comes through, only one. But here's Exorcist and Afro. Bomb, not ready for Exorcist. That A1S.
Oh, no.
Oh, guys, again. Down to the time, down to just panicking. The bomb was in a bit late or something. And, you know, the A1S in all that chaos and communication, they just didn't know where it was. So the bomb carrier gets caught off. Even then, he'd have to find the kill. I don't know if he would have had time to do that and then plant the bomb. So that's a whole nother mess for K23.
I gotta say, Scriv, this is a seriously tough watch if you're a K23 fan. I mean, it is just mistake after mistake, overextension after overextension. I mean, these are just piling up left, right, and center for K23, and they are not getting a shoe in at all into the door of what is Overpass. Their map pick, and they're getting run riot over by a brilliant performance from the French. I mean, HEET are looking fantastic. Very few errors creeping in. Nade will come through. Decent chunk of damage. It's Raijin to fall early doors. What a start for HEET. And look at the space Jocko's got.
Goodness gracious. So revitalized, bro. Like, mental. Absolutely mental. Jax on the edge here. Gets blinded up. It's got that info in, though. And just about able to make it away, get into a better position to dish out some damage. Body also chiming in. Exercise also hiding in towards short. This looks fantastic once again for the CT side. And Exercise, he is eventually needed, but yeah, that's hella clean. The team ace coming in for the 11th round.
Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you play CSGO at any sort of competitive level and looking about how to set up on your CT side of Overpass, this is textbook. This is how you do it. I mean, the crossfires and the way in which they're setting themselves up in this sort of buddy system is immaculate. You see a couple of, you know, slight adjustments like Jocko's aggression in towards mid. That, when wielded properly, is massive. The information he gains, and of course, winning his 1v1 really does help. But for HEET, I mean, the way they're setting up over towards both the A and the B site, perfect. I mean, there's literally no gaps in the armor right now. Hence why K23 are 10 rounds behind, and it could be made a lot worse as Jax finds 2, made that 3, and not quite the 4. Vector C still stealing away. He's not going to be an ace for him, but his kill match is all alone. He's been hurt by the molly tick, and surely not long lived for this world. It's Jax and a quad kill to his name for HEET, up to 12. Scriv, 11 rounds ahead. I don't care, you know, what we saw over towards Nuke. Surely this series is done.
It certainly feels that way. I think that, you know, it's all they've put their heart and soul into the Nuke, really.
Yeah.
And that difficult loss in the end after such a great start. The comeback from HEET. They won 3 rounds. Only 3 rounds on the T side did K23. And it seems to have really negatively affected them here, and they're just not able to keep their composure, really. HEET are running rings around them, bro. There's no other way of saying it. This is just all too easy, bro.
With how many rounds HEET have got so far, if things were to end favorably for K23 in the terms of they get the last 2 rounds, it's still the success rate of things going in their favor are 95% for HEET. So, safe to say, not looking fantastic for them. Either way, 4 versus 4, bit of space to work with. But once again, slowed right down. The bomb not even in their control either, so they need to go and pick it back up and then make a decision, which I'm assuming, by the shape of things, is looking like A.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. Up pretty quick here, actually. So body might not be ready. Whoa, weird little angle. And body does indeed get taken down. It feels like without firing a single shot. I don't think he really knew how exposed he was from there. Afro's still here, though. 13-3, this guy. Surely he's got to be good for a couple. He's waiting for his opportunity to come. He's just going to hold for the bathrooms, finds the first. Orb revealed, there's still a player out towards long. There he is, Jocko chiming in. They've got a number of players to get through, man. The rotation's coming in. Jocko just looking to buy the time. Crosshair clean. Oh, wasn't he? But he's created the space, and Exercise works around the smoke. They can do no wrong right now, Neo, man. Like, 13-1. Yeah. What more? You don't have to say anything. The scoreline paints the picture for you.
This has just been brilliant. I mean, just genuinely perfect. Even now, I'm looking at the stats of every single competitive map that's been played on HLTV. Even if it ends as things stand now, let's say it's 13-2. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. 13-2. It is still a 96% chance. And if it goes 14-1, 99% of the time, it goes in favor of the side who, of course, are 14-1. I mean, it's just been nigh on flawless. I mean, for HEET, this has just been brilliant. There's so little you can say on a negative note over towards HEET, and so much you can say on a negative note towards K23. They are just crumbling.
However,
good start, though.
Yes, they've come into this round with a 2-for-1. Just barely. Skin of your teeth kind of stuff, and they don't have a lot of utility left. Smoke and a flash. It's really not a lot at 1:15. Well, it's just not a lot objectively to get into a bomb site. So it's still going to be a challenge here. But B looks pretty vulnerable. They've decided to bolster the A defense after those couple kills coming in, which would be the predictable move. So it looks like they're going back towards B on that K23 end. Meanwhile, this A duo has been slowly but surely pushing up Banana, getting information in towards Connector. There's the gap. There's the return frag. Very well played from HEET. Again, you got to say, you know, individually they've been looking great, but that is some fantastic macro play as a team. Jax has got all the info. He's in deep. There's a guy lining up a smoke for B. So surely they've got to be going B. And indeed, they will rotate to bolster that 30 seconds of no utility, just contacting in. Sometimes that little bit of cheesiness is all you need. Afro must have missed the timing for that player pushing in deep. Didn't quite get it to drop the bomb. He's close.
Oh, no.
He kept on spamming for it. He could have found that bomb drop, but it's not going to be the case here. K23 are clinging on to this potential second round with all of their might. Jax and Afro, the villains, looking to take it away from them. Afro on the AWP, not really ideal, just trying to play for information at this point. Jax has got to do a lot of the heavy lifting, you would assume. Flash comes in, Afro decides against it. Not a lot of time to get this defuse in, but they're going to give it their damnedest, of course, in the final round of the first half. Really not a lot of time. Open angles from that T side will indeed work out for them. 13-2. It's really not going to be enough, but stranger things have happened in the world of Counter-Strike. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 13-2 in favor of Heat. What a performance from them. The odds very favourable in their side as well. 96% of the times when HLTV aside sees things off from this favour. What the story will be if K23 are able to get back into it. And a pistol round might be able to just kickstart that conversation.
Well, yes, I think it does go without saying that it is required, and then maybe the first 4 rifle rounds, perhaps. Well, this looks good. Jocko. I can't get the rest of the trades, and they have just, I think they might have nicked that one a little bit from the Heat playbook, all those Julies bought up, right? That was exactly what they went for. Maybe a slightly different setup on it, but nonetheless, well read from both teams. They clearly have done their homework on the common pistols for their opponents. Both teams walk into the CT trap that it was set up. This, as you said, though, absolutely required for K23.
It's a great pistol. I mean, yeah, it really is nice from them. For now, though, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I feel like that would be a little bit overzealous from myself, but great start. This is seen as one of the more CT-sided maps in the pool, so there's definitely a world in which K23 can really kickstart that early bit of momentum. Of course, for Heat, with only 1 kill to their name in that pistol run and no bomb plant, of course, the investment minimal. And of course, in this case, none. No investment coming through, no util, no gonna pistols, no armor. Just gonna play out Glocks. If they can get a bomb plant, that'll be great. It'd be a silver lining. Probably, though, pretty unlikely, if I had to guess. Nice full buy for the CT side. They should see it off.
You would indeed assume so. A hard eco from Heat, actually, which, you know, sometimes you see a cheeky Deagle or a P250, so they're really not messing about with cleaning this one up. Gotta go catch the Cloud9 Imperial game before it gets wrapped up, you know what I mean? I'm sure everybody's going to be out for that one. But nonetheless, not expecting too much out of this round. Looking to, again, pull out one of these sort of cheesy little strats. Maybe catch a kill. Any damage is good damage. That's my tag phrase for these rounds. Yeah. So, we'll see. Hopefully get some action. Here we go. A little bit of facing coming in, but unfortunately not too much as yet, folks. Going to be a slow finish to this one, apparently.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice... I think for Heat, you know, we kind of saw this for K23 in towards off the back of Heat taking the first pistol round, right? It's like a pistol round, which is also attack pause as well, without actually calling for attack pause. They can save their attacks in case things really do crumble. So for now, just play things slow, figure out what they're going to do on their first 4 buy, which will head in towards round number 18. For now, though, they don't really need to be too quick, too fast. Rotation's coming through. I think one of these spotted body, if you can find anything in the Glock, that'd be nice. And they are going to first a kill. And M4 when that's collected, surely not, Script. Surely not.
Maybe. It doesn't look too likely. They've managed to get the bomb down, though, which I think is just a massive achievement on this one exercise. I was going to say should be able to get a couple, but he couldn't find Raging on 9 HP. No one's on the bomb yet. All right, here we go. Ninja coming in. Jocko with 5 HP. Being watched for. Again, robbed of the chance. Here we go. All the rifles getting totted up and saved. Very cool. Not the end of the world. We usually say, you know, if you're going below 3, then you're losing money. So they just about survive it. But few kills, good for the confidence of Heat when they're so far ahead already. And that bomb plant, it really helps this buy. Look how great they are. And they've got a bit of cash left in the bank as well. So really frightening stuff. It's, it's just balls to the wall for K23, man. They've got to keep playing at this high level.
To be honest with them as well, right? 2 kills on a bomb plant off just Glocks. No investment, no upgrades. I see that's a real big win for them. They've taken a win off a round which was unwinnable. So you walk away with some success there. What a nade to come through, though. Jackson body take a heap of damage. Not exactly the dream start for Heat. But they've still got rifles to work with, so it's better than what we saw in towards round number 17.
What's the move? Looks like they want to go for a cheeky contact down monster. I would be a bit of a fan. Use that confidence, use those rounds that you've got, but another smoke rains in, and they have to call that one off. Late boost coming in. Massive. Finds the frag onto body. He just gets the Molotov down, but what can they really do with that? Good read from Defizer as well, finding Jocko in the smoke. They were waiting to contact him in. It is crumbling a bit for Heat. Again, like I say, I like the fact that they are testing the water in these early rounds, though, because they've got so much room. Like, let's try and be a bit cheeky. You never know what might work.
For now, Tempo said right down. I don't think they really even understand what they need to do now for HEET. I mean, this is so difficult to find some success here. Molly will come through over towards barrels or into that short water position even. Even still, numbers are crumbling. Left down to 2. Afro next to C's to find some success, and there's very little room they have to work with right now. I think even calling a save call is probably not even a bad idea, to be perfectly honest. I can't see them finding success here.
Yeah. Just absolutely demolished in that one, to be fair. Not dropping a single player. Hardly any damage. I think maybe 40 across the entire team. So, a nice start to the K23 comeback campaign. We're still not, you know, holding our breaths just yet. Still not on the edge of our seats just yet. HEET have got a lot of room, and, you know, a half buy into this one. They'll be back on with a buy. It is so much pressure, so much work for K23 that, you know, there's still that inevitability to this one.
I think it's still, you know, just because of how far-fetched the possibility of a comeback is, you don't even want to, you know, even consider right now about K23 turning this one back around. But we said that off the back of an 11-4 on Nuke, and that one was turned back on its head. So, you know, we've had a weird world of Counter-Strike in towards Chandler League so far. Killmatic as well is continuing the conversation. Now, I know it's early doors, but you really do start to think, there's no way HEET, Cromwell's on Seaside. Surely not. Not from a 13-2.
He said it now.
We'll
find out, won't we, mate? We'll find out. Someone get that moment clipped, or at least, you know,
ready
in your memory
saved.
bank. Yeah.
Get the timestamp.
All right, looking good so far here in round 19. Nothing too out of the ordinary. HEET really, you know, winding the clock down in these little half buy, force buy type deals that they've had so far. I think really just trying to, yeah, get that feel. Where are they playing? What are the tendencies? What can we maybe get away with? The answer is not so much in this round. Body should be dead to rights by all accounts. He's not even going to find a single one. So, all good. No stress. K23. Look, man, if they had a better T side, you know, it's a nice start to their CT end. But I'm not... I don't believe. I don't believe. I got to put my foot down, you know? I got to say I don't believe. And indeed, they'll finish the round, so they believe in this one. Give me 3 more rifle rounds. Maybe I'll get a feel for where it's at, but...
Okay, all right.
Still feeling the French, boys.
If K23 get to double digits unanswered, then I'll open the door to the conversation. If they can get, you know, 13-10, changes things considerably for me. Look towards HEET as well in terms of their investment towards round number 20, and it is once again just another half buy from them. See a double Mac 10 coming out. Jocko, for some weird, wild reason, picking up the MP5. Why do you do it to yourself? Just purposely hindering yourself. A hero AK for body. There's some money to work with in towards the next. And actually, she's got an aggro out towards B.
What? Okay, a little bit of team damage. How did we get here? How did we get here? How's
What's happened?
How's this happened?
It's a great question.
God. Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah, and they've fully capitalized. Surely not now. What a mess of a round from K23, bro. Like, and they're all, look at the minimap, they're all just so split.
It's all,
no one has a partner. They are all isolated and they're all losing their jewels.
This may be one of the worst attempts at, you know, going against the half buy I think I've ever seen. That was terrible from K23.
Not
That's
often
to put it
I find
lightly.
myself speechless, mate. Like,
yeah, I don't even know the words to explain how bad that was from K23. Wow. I do find one in consolation on the way out, but what have I just watched? Okay,
yeah,
I don't mind them not having presence over towards B, right? I can understand that when you know you're coming against what is either going to be a half buy or a force buy, because you can understand the economy in that sense. It was at the very most going to be a force buy, whereas maybe, you know, Galils and AKs kind of thing, at the very most. This time was just half buys, or was just max ends. Surely you're expecting aggression, right? So when you lose that B site, just play the numbers game. But they don't. As you mentioned earlier, they were all isolated. And credit to HEET for capitalizing.
yeah, I think someone's gone like, why is there no one on B? And then half of them have tried to flank, half of them have tried to recover back on B. I mean, I'm talking over this round because it's literally just over before it's even begun. What is going on? Okay, we've had a bit of madness in the past couple. That was a rifle buy, by the way. That's usually how you expect, you know, a half buy to go, is they get kind of mowed down, but we've kind of had the inverse, the flip of the script. And HEET just get demolished in that one. I think they're feeling pretty confident now that they've hit 14. It's only 2 more rounds, right? Should easily be doable. We might have to pull out one of our super special rounds that we were saving for the major or whatever people say, but they should be able to do it, is the point.
Yeah, no. They doubled the rounds, and of course got the opener. Quad boost to come through. Afro will find a visor. Him falling really changes things once again. We've also seen as well in the kind of the tale, may I say, and the narrative of what has been this series, that opening kill has provided to have so much success. I want to see kind of if there is a stat around finding the opening kill and the conversion towards the round in their favor. And of course, it's made even worse. Raijin's to fall. He overextends and he falls flat.
Not looking good. The bomb is a bit of an awkward spot for HEET. That's kind of the only thing that I can maybe take away from this, and therefore you can perhaps find a gap. Small fight from Short and Connector, but Klax really does not want to die here, and he will make it out before any nades force him away. But having to give up that position, unfortunately. So, you know, the 5v3 gets stronger and stronger the more map control you take. A player super deep down long. Starting to gain banana control now as well. Yeah, really looking good, and just splitting the defense beautifully with all this utility and all this confusion. X5 somehow still alive. Exercise did not catch him around the corner, but he does spot him running away and surely makes this call to his teammates that, you know, the A bomb site is looking pretty open right now, boys.
Yeah, look at the space. I mean, look at the room he's got to work with in terms of the flank. And they've called it. Great mid-rounding. They can just flank all the way back towards there. They know they've got it for free. But look at the timing back, though. This gets dicey. Thankfully, Body and Ecstasy are there for support. That nearly got very concerning. Orb shot misses. So does the tap of the AK. Jocko causing damage. Kilmatic surely he's got to try and save. Fall away. 15 collected. And while I think, you know, at times, Scriv, I was maybe in the back of my mind starting to build up a bit of a narrative around what if K23 get back in towards this one. Thankfully, it's sort of changed now, and it's back to our regular proceeded showings of what we'd expect from a 13-2 half of HEET, seeing off the map, seeing off the series, 1 round away, 1 loss hurdle to overcome, and I think K23, their sort of morale and their mental state's quite depleted now.
Yeah, going to be very rough. 8 rounds in a row with all this pressure on you is a big ask from any caliber of team. So K23, it would be really incredible if they can do this. And then, if they do it, they've got overtime. And then they've got a 3rd map to play. So this is a really big ask. Jax, first frag. Nice and easy. Catches a short push. Yeah, taking no damage for it. So that is the perfect opener.
We've already mentioned about how good that opening kill has been as well, right? In terms of the success off the back of it. HEET, very good in these sort of positions. Molly will come through, clears that close short angle. Jocker, though, even getting out from Con's going to be tough.
Gone back to quiet there. Slowly but surely making the... Ooh, space here. Rage in. I don't think they're necessarily coming for him, but... he does get a bit caught. Flash over is awkward. 2 quick kills, and I might just do it. The A-bomb site has crumbled. Jax continues to frag over on B, having a field day here on Overpass. X5 is just focused in on this one duel that he wants to win. He will do so, but Jig's got to be up. Game's got to be up. What can you do? 37 HP. They know where he's at. They're going to get this bomb down, and, you know, at least 20 seconds of time will go by before he even gets near the bomb site, let alone getting through all the players. Let alone getting past Body, to be honest. I don't think he's going to check this angle, and he's just going to die.
It's a good way to put it up.
Oh, he did check it, but he is going to die. So there you go. That's the finish. 16-7, little anticlimactic, but it's that 2-0 in the end for HEET.
It is.
That first map, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it, guys.
What a
It was a hell of a map, actually. So much fun. That second one, it seems like all the wind, all the gas, you know, the usual cliche phrases that you throw in was just not there anymore for the side of K23. They just absolutely gave it their all, I guess, on the first map, and they didn't get it. They didn't